Prepare to witness the power of this fully operational podcast.
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Hey kids, don't get cocky!
I suddenly remembered my Charlemagne. Let my armies be the rocks and the trees, the birds in the sky.
Hey, human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, that's hysteria.
Come on, let's get nuts.
Hello and welcome to episode 5 of Friggin Nerds Podcast. We've been away for a while, but we're back in black, as always. Today, across from me, got the always handsome Matt Solo.
Yo, yo, yo.
Unfortunately, Mr. James Finch couldn't make it today. He's feeling a little under the weather, but we'll have him back next week. Today, in his seat, we got the Queen of Creep, Crystal Pez. How's it going, Crystal?
Hi.
It's happening. So, how you guys feeling today on this lovely summer day?
Glorious.
I was
Fantastic.
so nervous, man. We had like buckets of water coming down in my place this morning. I'm like, I don't know how this day's gonna work out. And around 1 o'clock, it was cleared up, and now it's a proper day. I love it.
I didn't even
It is
know it was
quite
after
beautiful.
1 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
Around
Well
what, yeah.
after 1 o'clock now.
Oh, it's like 3. It's 3:17.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're starting late today. I was freaking out because because we weren't supposed to go out tonight for the luau, and I was like, I don't know how this is gonna work.
Pezzatiki.
Tiki time, tiki. But yeah, man. So we've been gone for a while. A lot of news has been freaking breaking. We're gonna try to catch up. We're always the last one to let you guys know. So,
And don't worry, we're not going to stop with that. We're going to keep you informed.
as much as we can. Big news on the Star Wars front. I know Matt wants to talk about this.
Oh, yeah.
Han Solo flick loses their directors, Lord and Miller, and kind of freaking out about what we're going to do with the movie, what's going to happen. And we have Mr. Ron Howard taking over. And I know Matt has some things to say about that. So
What?
Matt, go on.
Ron fucking Howard? Are you people kidding me? All right, he did Willow. That's great. I like Willow. Willow's good, but that was in 1988. What has he done since? What? The Da Vinci Code. That's fucking okay. Great, sure. That's a movie. What has he done? Oh, wait. He did How the Grinch Stole Fucking Christmas with Jim Carrey. Yeah, I forgot. That was such a good time. That was not a waste of 2 hours of my fucking life. Not at all. Of course not. Let's get Ron Howard to direct one of the most important movies in the Star Wars franchise that's coming. Oh my God, can you... Oh, I can't do it. I cannot do it, guys. If you... I thought it was bad before. I thought it was bad with those other 2 jackasses, and now I'm infuriated. I'm ready to murder myself, just so I don't have to sit through this movie, because I know I'm going to go see it anyway.
I'm still going to see it regardless. Because the whole thing is with this is it's one thing when you lose a director and maybe not much has gone into the movie yet, but the movie's been shooting for like the last maybe 6 months or so. So there's a lot of footage out there already. I don't know if Ron's going to start tweaking it. It's probably going to be a shitload of fucking reshoots.
Well, maybe that's why they got him, because he's so good at just ripping off other people in their directing style. Maybe that's why they grabbed Ron. Hey, you know what? Ron's really good at filling in. Let's get him. He's cheap. He doesn't do anything anymore. Nobody likes him. Let's have him do it for nothing. And he's like, yeah, of course. I'll do your movie for nothing. I like Star Trek.
Obviously, Matt's a little excited about this.
Clearly. I can't wait.
I mean, like I said, I don't think, because didn't they have the same kind of issue with Rogue One? There was some kind of director issue, and they had to go through reshoots, I think. I don't know if they lost somebody.
I don't know. I forget. I mean, I know they were having major issues with Star Trek Beyond. I was talking about that with you earlier, Mario.
Oh, with JJ.
Yeah, with JJ, and he couldn't do it because he had the obligations with The Force Awakens. So they were playing around with directors, and finally they got the fucking jackass from Fast and the Furious, which I didn't want to go see the movie. I did not want to go see it because I don't need to see, Fast and Furious 10 Warp 9. I really don't need to see this shit. So I finally did see it, of course, because I'm a big Trekkie, and I loved it. And I hated admitting that at the time. But here we are now. I'm in the same situation, the same predicament with Star Wars, with Han Solo. Not like, this can't be the fucking Obi-Wan movie. This can't be the Boba Fett movie or anything dumb that I don't really give a shit about at this point. Anyway, no, it has to be the Han movie. This can't be the movie about the fucking Cantina band, can it? No.
That's
you
the
can
movie I'm
ruin
waiting
that,
for.
and I wouldn't mind.
Disney's putting a lot of support though behind him. They're saying that this movie's going to be a hit, but they won't say if it's going to be delayed though, since he's been coming in.
Well,
after
like I
Phil and
said, they
Chris
had
left.
a lot going on already with it, so I think it's going to be a lot of reshoots. Cause this movie's coming out summer 2018, like May, I think,
right.
or like so before summer. So that kind of makes me think maybe are they going to go? Because tradition the last few years has been like we're going to shoot these war movies out in December. Rogue One came out in December. Force Awakens is December. Jedi's coming out. I think December, maybe late November. I forget.
This one's coming out May 25th.
May 25th.
Supposedly.
So so I wonder if they put that release date out to kind of say, okay, we have a lot of time to delay now, because it's weird to put a Star Wars movie out in the summer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
Nowadays.
still untitled too.
Yeah,
now they're
but
trying to say like Han Solo, a Star Wars story.
That's probably going to be what they're going to end up going with.
They should just do every spin-off that way, too. Yeah.
Jar Jar Binks.
IG-88, a Star Wars story.
R5D4, a Star Wars story. I would love to see that. R5, like, get the origin story of him. He's my favorite droid because he was the one that fucking dropped the ball. He was almost famous. But apparently, like, there's some lore out there that when R2 was kind of, like, beeping around, he was, like, asking R5 if he could, like, fuck himself up so he can go with C-3PO. That's something I heard from a friend. And
Interesting.
so I wonder that should be a cool... I'm sure there's a comic out there somewhere about it. They always do that now. They make these little side stories about, like, droids. Like, there's a really cool C-3PO story about how he got the red arm.
Oh, yeah.
I think I talked about that on an episode.
I think
If you
did,
haven't
yeah.
noticed, I have a red arm now.
Oh, you didn't recognize me with the red arm.
That was actually in the Star Wars Lego thing, too, where he was, like, begging Poe for attention about the red arm. He's like, how'd you get the red arm then, 3PO? Obviously you want to tell me. He's like, oh, no, it's too traumatic. I can't talk about it. But, like, begging him, to talk to him about it. Clearly. It was pretty funny.
Oh, yeah, but...
My nephew likes that crap.
I used to play the games. I just got Lego Force Awakens, which is a hilarious game.
I haven't played it yet.
It's basically the movie. It's kind of cool because it opens up with Last Jedi. You play as Han Solo and Leia and everybody fighting through the fucking forest with the Ewoks and all that.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of cool, but it's basically the Force Awakens, and there's a lot of comedy to it. Like the scene where Kylo Ren is talking to Vader's helmet. Mm-hmm. He's in like a bedroom. And he has like Vader posters everywhere, and he's like over obsessed, like a teenager. And then someone knocks on the door, and he's like, "What? What do you need? I'm busy." And it's like, "Oh, sir, the droid escaped again on a freighter." And they're like, "What?" And he slams the door and he starts throwing his shit around like his bed and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He's like a tantrum like a little boy. But those movies are fun. Those games are fun.
Yeah,
You know they
cannot
never
interrupt.
said Ewoks at all in the movie? They never said it by any of the characters. They just mentioned them in the credits.
Oh, yeah. They never mentioned Ewoks. Like, they're actually never called Ewoks in the movies ever.
No, only in the credits.
Jawas, I think they do actually mention.
They say Jawas a lot, yeah.
They do.
Jawas and yeah, I just noticed that myself. They never see Ewok in it, do they? I wonder if they're gonna have Ewoks in the new movie at all.
I don't know. You know when you were talking about Kylo Ren, you know how he always talks of his grandfather's helmet, Vader's helmet?
Yeah.
Do you know George Lucas almost had Luke pick up Vader's helmet at the end for an alternate ending and said, "I am Lord Vader now."
Yeah, at the end of Jedi.
At the end of
I remember
Jedi?
that, yeah. That was originally the ending, where Luke would put on Vader's mask and says, I am
Now Lord Vader.
Lord Vader now.
That'd be intense.
Yeah.
Patton
Pretty sweet.
Oswalt came out with he had an idea for a movie. He wanted him to have Vader's saber to remember his father by.
That's pretty cool.
He was still on the light side, but he used Vader's saber. I thought that would
That got me excited.
Because
I would like to see
because I don't know
that.
what happened to Vader's saber. It's
I was just
going
going
to
to say, I was like, I honestly have no idea.
I would hope somebody grabbed it.
Well, my
'cause
whole
it was
thing-
a sweet saber.
Souvenir.
Well, I thought that my whole thing was for Last Jedi that after Kylo Ren got fucked up in 7, that maybe Snoke was gonna take him back, finish his training, and maybe present him with Vader's saber. I thought that would have been cool. But I saw that if you saw the trailer for Last Jedi, I watched it a million times, obviously.
Right.
Kylo obviously has his old saber back, his cross saber, and he doesn't even look that fucked up. Like I was hoping to see his face totally messed up. It's like a little scar,
a little
scratch into the eye. Looks
Just
like fucking
Scar from the Lion.
Yeah, he looks like Scar from the Lion King, basically.
Well, yeah, or Anakin at the beginning of Episode 3.
Basically, so I wonder if they're gonna. Maybe he's the reincarnation of Anakin.
Yeah,
He technically is, kind of.
Yeah.
I guess maybe.
kinda. Who knows?
Grandfather.
There was also, I don't know if you guys know this, but there was in the comics, in the extended universe, there was an alternate universe in the comics where Vader went to the light side and he survived the attack on the Death Star at Endor, and he changed his armor all white and became a Jedi again.
Really?
He couldn't, take off the mask and all that, so his armor was just completely white, head to toe.
Jeez.
And he was a Jedi of the Light. And he
Really?
helped Luke hunt down the Emperor and the Empire.
I saw someone in all white Darth Vader at Comic-Con,
Yeah.
except he was wearing a pimp hat, so I just thought it was Pimp Vader. I didn't know there was an actual backstory.
He was a pimp light side Vader,
I was very
apparently.
uninformed.
There you go. The
Oh,
more
I
you
love-
know.
I saw a guy. Speaking of that, in Comic-Con, he had the Bane mask from Dark Knight Rises and the Vader costume. He was Darth Bane. If you guys know. I don't know if you guys know what Darth Bane is.
Yes.
He was the
Old Republic.
He was the one who made the rule of the two. I think it was
Rule
him.
of two. Yep.
And so, people were kind of like, "Oh, it looks cool, Bane helmet on Vader," but nobody understood the actual backstories. That's fucking genius. You know what I mean?
That's great. I love it.
So I love. I want to see Darth Bane.
Still
in the
don't
movie.
get the rule of 2.
The Rule of Two was because of greed, because they just kept killing each other and assuming the next step, and they never actually got anywhere because of that. There was always that fear of succession where the Sith Empire always crumbled because there were too many. If you watch,
But I feel like maybe it should be rule of 4. Just so there's more.
No, just a master and apprentice, no more, no less. Have you played Knights of the Old Republic? Not the Old Republic itself.
No.
But Knights of the Old Republic was awesome. I don't know if you guys have ever played it. It's my favorite fucking Star Wars game ever.
Bits of it, yeah.
I love it. The second one's good, not as good in my humble opinion. But there's fucking Sith Lords everywhere. There's thousands of them, and they have their own empire and all that, and they have officers, and they have Sith acolytes. They have fucking Sith in training who don't have fucking lightsabers, but they have swords, and then they have fucking force powers. But there's so many of them. And, there's the master and the apprentice, who are at the top of the fucking pyramid, of course, but I don't know, man. It's cool to go around killing Sith Lords, or, whatever they call themselves, but it's a little too much. I could see how that would get convoluted, who are you following? Who are you under? What's the chain of command here? You have a lightsaber, so you're in charge, right? No, I'm not in charge. You're in charge. Oh, I have a lightsaber, too. Oh, shit, that's right. It's
It ain't easy being a Sith Lord.
Exactly. It's confusing as all hell.
Fucking easy.
I mean, the Jedi have their own council. That makes sense. Everybody else is just, boom, bottom of the shelf.
Basically, man. But yeah, so, back to the Han Solo thing. So we'll see how that goes. I was I'm nervous about it because you wonder how bad these guys must have fucked up to get fired.
Oh, yeah.
It was all they're still preaching it's creative differences, blah blah blah. So they must have I know they're coming out. They want to do a Han Solo origin movie. How do you really get his name?
Maybe that's why they got fired.
That's what I'm thinking.
That went so poorly with the public.
They didn't like that
idea.
story.
And they were like, you know what? Fuck you guys. We're doing the whole movie over again. We're bringing in Ron Howard. That's how much we hate you, motherfuckers. We're bringing in Ron Howard to fucking replace you.
Replacing you.
That's how bad you fucked up.
Oh my god.
And then Ron's like, yay, me. Someone likes me.
Can you make a Star Wars movie?
I can. I like Star Trek.
Live long and prosper.
So hopefully it goes out well because, even Last Jedi I'm starting to get nervous about because I guess Mark Hamill, he came out saying, because I guess someone in an interview said that he wasn't happy with how Luke was being portrayed in the movie.
In The Last Jedi?
In The Last Jedi. He said he's not really crazy about it, but then he came out, he was at some award ceremony or something, and someone interviewed him on the red carpet, and he was saying like, people came out and said I was upset with how Luke is. I'm not upset. I'm surprised of what he thought of, and I think it's going to be interesting. So it really does. It's really tough with these movies where it's like, it's really different with Star Wars because it was a world that was created by George Lucas.
True.
And when Lucas is gone, all these other ideas come out, and it's like, we're so used to one recipe that, another cook comes in and like changes the recipe. It's not going to taste the same.
True.
A lot
But
of
at
hands
the
in
same
the
time,
pot.
look at, before The Force Awakens, look at Harrison Ford on Jimmy Kimmel. And he was like, I'm not answering any Star Wars questions. Like, and he was building it up, but like that, I'm thinking maybe that's what it was with Hamill. She was my wife. You couldn't keep your furry pants on. And maybe that's what he's trying to do. Who knows with Mark Hamill? He could be doing some mindfuck on us and being like, oh, I don't know how I feel about the way they're portraying him. But go see the movie. So you know how I feel. So you know how you feel. Who knows? It might be part of a big propaganda scheme,
Publicity.
Marketing.
Publicity
stunt. Exactly. And then he'll, have a big hug with a Wookiee on the roof of a building. It'll be great.
Slow dance.
Or Yoda or something.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I mean, I do hope. I mean, I still give him the credit. I still think, I enjoyed Force Awakens. Rogue One I liked. It was kind of like, I mean, it's not my favorite, but I think I still respect it in the library of Star Wars movies.
It definitely has a seat.
Definitely
More
for
of a seat
sure.
than Phantom Menace.
Oh, for sure.
Or Attack of the Clones.
But it's just like, these directors are really like, there's a lot of pressure on them. And I've mentioned on an episode before where I think with the reason the prequels were so bad, it wasn't the story, it was just the acting. Because I think I mentioned, what's his name, who played Anakin? What's his name? Hayden Christensen.
Hayden Christensen.
How can I forget his name?
I know, right? I mean, he's so memorable in the role.
Seriously, he's my favorite actor of all time.
Seriously, me too. Almost as much as Qui-Gon Jinn.
But like he was that was like one of his first big movies. So obviously, when you're so excited about that, you listen to everything the director says. You know what I mean? And obviously, Lucas had his ideas, but some of them weren't that favorable.
Yeah.
And so I think in all that nervousness of him, like, oh yes, oh sure, yeah, yes, Mr. Lucas, I'll do it.
Yep.
Okay, cool, okay. No, sand? Yeah, I hate sand. Okay, but that's why Ewan McGregor, I thought he was one of the strongest people in those movies because he didn't take that much direction, where he would get the basic idea, but he would change it in his way. He would like really.
You kind of run with it.
What do you call it? Improvise
Yeah.
on certain scenes, and I think that's what made him, stand up amongst everybody else in the movie. Which is why I think they're going to bring him back for this Obi-Wan movie because people liked him.
I would hope so, because he was the best part of any of the prequels, even the fucking first one.
I'm saying, yeah,
Except Darth Maul, but he was in it for what, 5 minutes?
Yeah, Darth Maul. He needs his. Well, he has his redemption. He's been on Rebels. He's been on
Clone Wars,
countless
Rebels.
comics. So he's had his redemption. So he's fine.
back. He's back in black.
That's
But
unbelievable.
I mean, what Red Letter Media? You familiar with that?
Yeah.
In his reviews of the Star Wars prequels, Mr. Plinkett. And what's the one thing he says that comes to mind? It's like, it seems to me that George Lucas got rid of anyone who ever said that whoever disagreed with him a long time ago, some shit like that. And that's exactly it. Like, anyone who ever disagreed with George is gone. He was gone. They were gone in the fucking 80s. Like, when he was doing those prequels, it was all, yes, George, yes, you're absolutely right. Yes, we need a giant animated rabbit. That's a great idea. That'll make the movie work.
Do you guys know David Prowse,
Of course.
Yeah.
the original actor that played Darth Vader
Yeah,
in
the
Star
bodybuilder.
Wars? George Lucas has him banned from any official Star Wars events just because he finds him so annoying.
And
just to prove that point.
And do you also know there was another reason for that? When they were doing Empire, after they finished filming Empire, David Prowse went to a Star Wars convention, or like I think it was like a college or something, but he was doing a public speaking thing, and he was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I'm Luke's father," and he said this in front of 2,000 college students in England,
Really?
and thank God there was no internet back in 1980. Because had these 2,000 people told 2,000 more people, and et cetera, or just posted on the internet, there would have been no big reveal when Empire actually came out.
Wow.
So George is still sore about that, apparently.
And there's a documentary out about David Prowse too. Mm-hmm. Him being the forgotten cast member.
Exactly.
You know, and how, you know, that was like, you know, he did so much work on, because I don't think he wasn't credited, I don't think, in the movies.
No, he was. He was just
is he in the credits?
Darth Vader, and then the voice was done by James Earl Jones.
Yeah, but when
yeah,
people
he's
think,
in the credits, yeah.
Yeah, but he wasn't really like, you know, when you think, you know, every time people say, you know, like, you know, Vader, it's always going to be talking about, it says, fuck.
J.E.G.
J.E.G. And yeah, a lot of people just kind of like they kind of just fucking put him to the side and don't care about David Prowse because it's like there's footage out there of him. They originally used his voice and he sounded so goofy.
No, I know.
You know what I mean? It's like, where are the plans? It's like, I know you have them. You know, it's like ridiculous.
You are part of a rebel alliance and a traitor.
Sounded like Bane.
Exactly.
When you said that.
Take them away.
Oh, he sounded
Goes back to Darth Bane again.
He sounded like fucking. I don't know. He sounded like Dick Van Dyke and Mary Poppins or something. Or where are the Death Star plans? Step in time. Step in time.
Step in time.
Fucking.
Sweep the Death Star.
What's another thing like Friday the 13th, for example? Like Jason Voorhees. Up until when Kane Hodder did it, like no one was ever remembered for the role of Jason Voorhees. It was always just that guy who dressed up like Jason Voorhees, but no one ever liked doing that role. It was never like, oh yeah, he's Jason, you know?
Mike Myers too. It was kind of like I can't name any of the actors who've
Nick Castle. He's the original one. He's the one who actually did it right, and he also became a screenwriter. He did Escape from New York and Last Starfighter.
Oh, okay.
But that was his thing, man.
Yeah, but it's a shame characters like that, you know, so big, you know, but like it's hard to like really be credited for it, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Especially
when in the mask.
Yeah, the only one that stands out is Robert Englund.
Yeah, and he didn't wear a mask. That's why. He just wore prosthetics.
He just had prosthetics and you know Freddy Krueger claws. But
exactly. And eventually, Kane Hodder became Jason at the time because he made it his own thing. Like he's like, no, Jason wouldn't fucking do that. He'd argue with the director about what Jason would do, and he did it his own way, and that's what made him stand out. Fans loved that about him. But up until that point, it's like, who the fuck is this guy? Who's this fucking 7-foot Southern dude who doesn't like horror movies playing Jason Voorhees? Who gives a shit about him?
Yeah, man, it's definitely a fucking pain in the ass. It ain't easy being a fucking Chewbacca or fucking Jason or whatever, you know what I mean? Well, at least Chewbacca's always been credited, you know? Because they had some young kid, I forgot his name, who did Force Awakens. I think he's doing all the other movies now. Because what's his name? He can't move anymore, man. Like he did all the sitting scenes. Every time you see Chewie and the Falcon, that was
Peter Mayhew.
Peter Mayhew.
Yeah.
And so like I think that was his last thing, you know. And it's just weird now because like now that Harrison's not in it anymore, it's like it's a shame not to see them together in the same room.
I know.
I still feel robbed that we didn't get to see Mark and Harrison in a scene together.
I know.
Like, I'm sure they'll do like a fun little cameo or so, like not cameo, flashback or something. Hopefully, because I felt so robbed having that those two Carrie in a room together. That's what I was waiting for the whole movie. Like I'm waiting for that fucking scene when they're in the fucking snow, in the forest in the snow, and the lightsaber's moving in the snow, and it flies by Kylo, and Luke catches it.
Exactly.
It's like, what? She catches it. She didn't even finish her training. She's a Jedi school dropout. What do you mean she got the lightsaber?
She didn't even get to carry Luke around on her back yet.
Yeah,
it's what the hell? How's she fucking grabbing lightsabers?
Yeah, it's like that's not fair. Cause I love that scene. I got like my heart was pumping when it was started moving in the snow. I'm like, oh my god, it's like here it comes. Oh my god, it's happening. And I was like, I was really happy when she caught it. There was a round of applause the first time I saw it, and people were like, oh my god, yes, she's the one. And people flipped out because it's like finally we have like a chick. Chicks are taking over, man, with these movies.
Oh, I know.
Wonder Woman. There was a girl that someone reported in one of the theaters where like the beginning credits were starting with the movie, and some girl was like, I've been waiting for this my whole life.
Are you fucking kidding me?
You know what I mean?
I hate this new shit with that. It's like, oh yeah, female lead roles,
it's
strong
like we've
female
had lead
characters.
roles before.
Aliens, I've been seeing the memes. Aliens, how about that? Oh shit, I can't even think of another one right now, but oh my god. Are you fucking kidding me?
We've had Wonder Woman in the past. We've had Supergirl in the past. We have Supergirl on CW.
Yeah.
You know, but like
Like
I think
Xena Warrior Princess.
Xena Warrior
There's a whole
Princess.
entire TV stories.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved Xena. Her battle cry used to like run through the backyard, just with a stick hitting everybody. But
I think definitely when it comes to like superhero flicks, I think it definitely was the first like big mainstream one where there's like little girls nowadays. They're kind of like they're really inspired and they kind of see it and like, wow, a girl can kick, because they're used to seeing like, you know, Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man and like Captain America. You see Spider-Man. You see all these males, you know, and I mean you have girls too. You have Black Widow in the movies. You have
there's a lot of villains though too, like Poison Ivy.
Yeah, and it's like, but this is the first one in a while where it's like there was no Batman in this movie. There was no Superman. You see Bruce Wayne. He's mentioned in the movie real quick in an email, but it's a Wonder Woman movie, and no, it definitely got me excited because I remember going. I did a review actually on YouTube on Friggin Nerds Media. Go on YouTube. We're over there.
Go right now. Check it out.
Do it now.
Do it
Stop listening to this right now and go to YouTube and watch it.
No, I'm kidding.
But
Finish
no.
listening to us, then go have it
Listen
saved.
first. But I mentioned that where I went with Alicia, my girlfriend, and you know, I go to a lot of movies with her, and you know, she's pretty focused. She likes it, but this is the first movie I saw where she was like smiling and wide-eyed, and she was like really like, "Wow, this is such an awesome movie." And she was like, you know, and there's a kind of like an emotional kind of scene at the end, and she left really like, you know, really like stunned and like amazed and emotional and very touched and all that, you know, and like, and that was cool. I was kind of like, you know, like, good for you, you know what I mean? Like now she's like so into Wonder Woman now. She's like buying comics now. She's reading all the comics now, trying to learn more about it. She's so into it. She's reading other comics about like fucking, like I think she got like a Starfire one. She got like, I think she got a Supergirl one, all those different ones, and like
that's
now
awesome.
She's getting into like the whole superhero thing now. And I'm kind of happy about that.
Yeah, it beats Sex in the City, right?
It beats fucking Notebook and whatever else.
Sex in the City.
Because chicks like that stuff.
Sex in the City.
You don't know.
TV
You don't know what
show.
you're talking about because
Yeah,
you're not one of those.
No.
Not actual Sex in the City, the TV show.
I was gonna say that's not the name of the drink.
No, that's on the beach. I know that one.
Bartending school. Didn't Wonder Woman have an all-woman screening too?
I mentioned that in an episode where like, and guys are getting pissed off about it. Like, really?
Yeah, that's
we
right.
don't get a
I don't know. I feel like it favors both though, because the women get to see another woman in power, and you know how women are now. Feminism is rising up, but men also get to see a hot chick in skin-tight clothes and booty shorts. So
I mean,
everybody wins.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it too. You know, I thought it was like I want to go see it. I haven't gotten to see it again, but like I had a great time seeing it because I don't know much about Wonder Woman. I didn't really read much, but like I read a couple books before going in. And I know they kind of changed the origin, not the origin story, but like the beginning of like how she started a little, like they tweaked it a little bit, but not like so much where it's like really, you know, it's like a Harry Potter movie or
It's like
book,
taking
whatever.
away
It's
her
like,
lasso and giving her like a slingshot or something. Nothing
no,
like
you got to
that.
keep the lasso in it. But like it's just slight things like they changed, but yeah, it really excited me to see that fucking movie and to see, you know, women power. But it's like you said before. It's like it's not the first time it's happened. And so, what's the next thing now? To have like a big gay superhero thing, and like only gays can go see this movie. Only gay people can go see this movie. And it's like let's all enjoy it. Like you know, we're all one big happy. Like it's 2017. Let's just fucking get over it.
A couple of years ago,
the movie.
Didn't they have a superhero come out of the closet? I forget. A couple of years ago, like Green Lantern or something.
What, that terrible Ryan Reynolds movie?
Yeah. Well, no, beyond that, I'm pretty sure.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Like
haven't
DC
seen
or
it
Marvel
either. And I
did
love
like
Ryan
some big
Reynolds.
thing where they're like, yeah, you know what, this superhero is actually gay.
I don't even
forget
know.
now because it was so like not memorable. Because I mean, it's like Wonder Woman. Like, yeah, I don't care. That's a good movie, I'm sure, but you know, I don't care. I'm not gay, so I don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I have no issue with having a gay superhero.
no, nor do I. But
I
I
think
mean,
that's fine. But like, I just kind of think it's kind of like it's old now, where it's like you really got to get that and make a huge deal about it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
It's counterproductive. But hey, you know,
some people, like I understand, girls have their rights to it. That's fine. Someone came out saying that they want to have a James Bond movie with a girl lead.
yeah, I heard about that with
But
Gillian Anderson. That would be an awesome idea. I would go see that.
Yeah,
Because
and that's
I
awesome,
Am
but
in
it's
love
just
with her,
like-
but at the same time, it's unnecessary.
It's James Bond.
Yeah.
It's like not Jane Bond. I mean, it's cool to have like something where it's like it's not a James Bond movie, but it's like in that world.
Yeah.
And it's a different agent. Like she's 008
Yeah.
or 009, and she
That
just
would be
happens to
fine.
be a woman.
That would
Do
be
that,
awesome.
I mean,
Totally.
Like, I'll never forget when Judi Dench took over as M, and like that was like a huge thing. Where it's like, oh, there you go, there's your Wonder Woman of 1998 or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, Judi Dench, and like she did a phenomenal job up until Skyfall, and I enjoyed the hell out of that. And like, but it didn't change much for me. It's like, yeah, there's a strong independent woman in this movie now, but still James Bond flick. It's just a movie. Yeah, let's enjoy it. Let's not make it all political and get too creative. Like, what's next? We're gonna, gotta have a black Spider-Man. We gotta have an Asian fucking Green Arrow. We gotta have this. It's just like, that's fine. You do whatever you want, but don't make it like a big deal and be all racist about it and all that crap.
Exactly.
Sexist and all that crap.
Because there's an alternate universe comic where with Extreme X-Men where Wolverine hooks up with Hercules.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
That's pretty gay, dude.
Yeah. But
how's that work?
I don't know. I really don't know.
I mean,
was he?
I feel like there are different types of ships.
Who was a dominant one in that relationship?
Yeah, who's sinking whose claws into who? Jeez.
That's a movie right there. That's a movie Hugh Jackman will come back for.
Oh, I would hope so.
It's like it'll be like a fucking it'll be a rom-com. Logan and Hercules.
I actually would be very interested to see that.
I'm not surprised whatsoever.
Why not? It'd be fun.
They would have fun with it.
I think it'd be interesting. But yeah, so that's the world of movies. Oh yeah, one thing in my notes. It's not a big piece of news, but not a surprise either. The Mummy sucked.
Yeah.
The Mummy was terrible. I've been seeing all these memes of Brendan Fraser. Like, it's a review of Rotten Tomatoes, and like Brendan Fraser's in the corner is laughing his ass off. Because those were good. I like the Brendan Fraser ones.
I like the first
I had all
two.
the VHSs. I think I still have them somewhere.
Yeah.
But like I didn't bother to see this movie. I knew it was good, but I mentioned it the last episode or the episode before. They're doing this universal monster, almost like Avengers type
the
movie
Monster
thing.
Mash.
It's about the Monster
Mash.
Monster Mashing.
With all the classic monsters, right?
Yeah, I think it's a cool concept, but they definitely didn't fucking kick it off in a good way.
Like, I'll tell you why. Tom Cruise. Hey, first mistake right there. What the fuck is Tom Cruise? Get him out of here. He's a midget.
A small person with big teeth.
Exactly.
This is what the critics said, right? So the consensus was lacking the campy fun of the franchise's most recent entries in the the franchise. Didn't really deliver many monster movie thrills. It's really a speedy movie and just really like goes nowhere, apparently.
Does they say anything specific about Tom Cruise? Because I would love to hear that.
It doesn't say anything about Tom, but like it just basically says that it's just a really fast movie. How long is the movie? The movie's like only...
A short rabbit-like man.
Rabbit-like man. I like that.
He is, though. Have you ever seen him? He's like...
I have. He's a sociopath.
You wouldn't say how long the movie is, but I assume it's like an hour.
Probably like
change.
an hour and 45
minutes. 2 hours.
I meant Scientologist, sociopath. What's the difference, right? Sorry, guys.
But that makes me nervous for that because like you could tell they were very they didn't know how to really launch it because Marvel did it right. Marvel was the first one to really do it. Where when they came out with Iron Man, they put out. 'Cause I remember when I saw Iron Man, they didn't have that after credit scene at the end right away. I think they put it in after the DVD. I think where
really?
I think it was
like a DVD extra.
I think it was Iron Man 1 or 2 where he goes back into his living room and Samuel L. Jackson sitting on his couch and talks about the Avengers in the show.
That's the first one.
It is the first one.
The second one, Samuel meets him in the middle in the fucking donut shop. Remember?
That's right.
And then they have the thing at the end. I forget what's at the end of the second one.
No,
the Shield? No.
Then I think it went to the Hulk, and then there was and you see Robert Downey Jr. in with that the guy who was after the Hulk. I forget the guy's name. The general, and he's talking about the Avengers Initiative. So they did that in all the movies. At first, they were kind of like, we could try this. Then they said, fuck it, we'll try it. We're going to do this. Mm-hmm. And the issue with the Universal thing is they were just so nervous and excited to get it going, where they're like, boom, we're doing this movie, and we're doing all these 5 movies. Here's the cast, blah, blah, blah. It's happening.
Yeah.
And we'll just Photoshop a picture of all the actors together. And it's like, okay, that's cool and all, but like now it's like there's no suspense, and I think that they're only doing that to keep people hooked. And they're kind of like, oh, this is going to happen. Maybe it'll be okay.
Yeah, but you got to dish it out a little at a time. That's the entire like. That's exactly what Marvel did, and that's how you do it anyway with any kind of marketing thing like that. You give them a little bit, enough to make them want more. You don't give them everything they can expect and then be like, okay, now you have to wait 10 years for it all to happen. Because people aren't going to be okay with that.
I think they did that because I think that in their minds they knew that Mummy wasn't going to be good, I think. They had the feeling where it was kind of like, yeah, they must have had like a screening before it went out and it didn't get good reviews, and they put it out and like, you know what? Okay, this is gonna do this.
Backup plan, yeah. Dude, I don't think we talked about it the last time we talked about this. The Wolfman with Benicio del Toro. Have you guys seen that one? It was done in like 2010, maybe, I think.
I don't think I
saw
it.
I haven't seen any new Wolfmans because I love the classics.
I do too, and I really love this one. Benicio del Toro and Anthony Hopkins. Sir Anthony Hopkins. It was a great movie. I mean, wasn't perfect. You know, it wasn't fucking 1941, the classic Wolfman with, Lon Chaney Jr., of course, but it was good. It was really good. And at that point in time, they were talking about, doing the Avengers type monster mash. They didn't, of course. Shit fell apart, but that would have been a better way to start it than this. I feel like they waited too long in a lot of ways. I'm excited to see what happens, and maybe it'll be good, but I don't know. Tom Cruise.
That was what year it came out?
Like 2010. I don't know. Look it up, man.
So they probably just did that because the whole Avengers thing was happening. They probably said, okay, let's not do it then. Because it's more of it's a competition thing. Because now you got fucking DC trying to catch up too.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to see a lot more Justice League trailer stuff, and it's looking better, but it's really hard to compete with Marvel. Like once you have it's like having a chain restaurant. It's like, if you have a Dunkin' Donuts on the corner of your street, are you really gonna fucking open up a Honeydew across the street? Like, that's stupid. 2010 it came out. Yeah. So I think that was around the time when the Marvel stuff started getting fished out.
Yeah. I mean, Iron Man, the first one was 2008, I think. So
2008 or 9. So.
Yeah. But the Universal's been sitting on their ass for 7 years now. And it's like they were the ones who patented the fucking Monster Mash. The putting, multiple characters from different things in the same universe together in a movie. Like, that was their idea back in the fucking 40s, so they should be on top of this. Come on, guys.
Yeah, so I have no really positive thoughts about this now because I'm really excited. Cause I thought it was kind of cool. The whole Johnny Depp thing as the Invisible Man.
Right.
Who did I say played Dracula? It was what's his name?
Fucking No Country for Old Men.
Yeah, that guy. The guy was in Pirates of the Caribbean too.
Yeah.
That might be interesting, but it's.
Bela.
Oh yeah, of course.
There's so many spin-offs of Nosferatu though.
Oh yeah. Well, they have their own little thing too now. Yeah, and Are You Afraid of the Dark did a spin-off of Nosferatu back in the day. That was awesome.
That was such a good episode.
Yeah.
Mr. Vinkman with a
the.
I am not a nutbag.
That's debatable.
I
But
want to see a remake of The Creature from the Black Lagoon, but I want it kept classic. I don't want it modernized.
Well, then we should just watch the original. What are you talking about?
No, I want to see what it would look like with modern day special effects.
Oh.
Or, you know what I mean?
It would look like shit, most likely. I mean, if The Mummy is any indication. I don't know. I'm really skeptical about the entire thing, especially classic Universal movies like that. They didn't do it perfectly back in the day. Look at Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman.
That's my favorite one.
I know, but look at the ending of that. It was so anticlimactic. It's just here's a big battle, and then suddenly the dam breaks and the castle crumbles, and that's it. Credits. And it's like, wait, what? Who wins? What happened? What did I miss? That was over? That's it? Really?
Like that one time they made that Freddy versus Jason movie.
Oh, that one time. Yeah. Well, that was such a drawn-out, long ending. That was so unnecessary, gratuitous. It doesn't. It was ambiguous at the end, and it's like, okay, who wins? Jason's holding Freddy's head, but Freddy winks. So it's like, who won? They both won? That can't happen.
It's one of those things where it's like, it's kind of like, who talked about it one week where There's Vin Diesel. He on his contract, he can't lose a fight. Mm-hmm. I think The Rock has the same thing. So every time you see a Fast and Furious movie, when they fight, it's always a tie. Mm-hmm. So I think it's kind of like that thing where it's like, one can't be better than the other. We can't have a winner. You know what I mean?
I noticed that until you just pointed it out to me.
Vin Diesel never loses.
No, but I didn't know
Never.
that with him with The Rock.
Yeah, if
You know what I mean?
it was the one.
I'm thinking of the Office scene right now.
That was Jason Statham though that he fought. But remember Dwayne? He couldn't. He got knocked out the window and he landed on top of the car. He was fine, but he didn't lose the fight. He just kind of escaped.
You absolutely did.
It's in his
I don't know nothing
contract.
about any of this.
Lost to Jason Statham. But you're right, he didn't.
Yeah, it's always kind of a tie.
Oh, minus blown. I did not know that.
You know,
I
it's
never noticed.
Anything about this because I don't pay attention because that stuff is not.
I read it somewhere and I was like, that's hilarious. Like, he cannot lose. But yeah, I think it's kind of like that where it's like, there's so many like those characters are so iconic. It's hard to pick a winner. I could sit here all day and be like, who would win? Who would win in a space battle, the Falcon or the Starship Enterprise? I'm obviously always going to say the Falcon because I love the Falcon, Star Wars to death. But other than that, it's like,
Assuming before pre-Empire.
yeah, it's like but you can't have a winner there. You know what I mean?
If they had a winner, then they would piss off 50% of their fan base, so they couldn't do that.
Like,
That's why they did that with Freddy versus Jason. Exact same thing, but it's like, yeah, I don't want to pick a winner. I don't want to see them fight.
No matter what, but no one could be happy. But luckily those days are over with these fucking monster movies. But anyways, moving on. Let's step away from the video, the movies a little bit. Talk some games, because Crystal, for once, it's one reason I had you on the show tonight. So E3 happened. It's been like 2 weeks now. I'm so behind. We're supposed to do an E3 episode last week, but we're gonna cover it. So I'll get through it in a second. So E3 2017 happened. Got kicked off with the EA press conference, which I fucking loved. They announced a really cool game called A Way Out, which is like a co-op game, and you're like in prison, and you have to escape the prison, and then you go out into real life. But it's really cool because, like, say me and you were playing, and my character's like in a jail cell, kind of sitting around. While that's happening, your character's on the other side of the prison doing something else. It was that kind of co-op where it's like you're helping each other, but you're not always together.
I like that.
So like that was one of the highlights of the EA press conference for me. And then they came out with all the sports games, your FIFA and your whatever. And then like Need for Speed Payback was one big thing for me. And the fucking the gold cherry was Battlefront 2. I don't know if you guys saw any.
Battlefront 2.
I don't know if you guys saw any gameplay for that. A whole like 30 minutes of gameplay. I was like fucking
30
wide-eyed.
minutes?
30 minutes of fucking gameplay, and they showed like it was I forget the name of the city from Clone Wars when they bring in the ship and it's Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, and Jar Jar. I forget the name of that city.
Oh, and Naboo?
Is that Naboo? I forget if it was Naboo. Is it
From Clone Wars.
from the movie from Clone Wars?
Oh, the movie.
Yeah. Oh. When they come in with the ship and then I think they go pick up Padme, I think, or something like that. I forget the name of that city.
Feed?
I think it's
Maybe?
that. Maybe
On
Theed.
Naboo?
I think so. It was definitely on. It was on Naboo, but like that sounds right when how do you say it? But they had a big battle on there where it's like tanks, fucking giant ass fucking robots, and like stormtroopers on that. Well, you play as clone troopers, and you can play as little fucking droids. The one Roger Roger.
Yeah,
like I fucking love that. I get more excited about that.
Yeah. From what I understand, it's like it's taking a lot from the original Battlefront too, as far as like having the cross.
Everything's in it. Like the match I saw was like, and they have all your super characters in here. Like, but now it's better because. I hate it in Battlefront where like you have to find that stupid token in the middle.
Fuck.
And like, now I can play as Darth Vader.
Yeah.
And like after looking for a half hour and the game's almost over.
Yeah.
This
everybody
one
knows where it is, who plays it, so everybody already goes for it anyway.
Yeah, I
so
can
just
never
gonna be the
find
lucky
it.
asshole who
It was
gets
just a
it.
very rushed game, though. I felt.
Now this game is
Movie, they just basically took Call of Duty and slapped a Star Wars skin on it.
basically, but with this one,
But it was beautiful skin.
It was beautiful.
yeah, it looks beautiful, but like with this game, it's more point values. So say for example, I'm like playing, I'm getting kill streaks, I'm building up points, and when I die and I respawn, I can use those points to like buy certain things. I can go towards like getting a super character out. I can go towards I think a vehicle, maybe a weapon upgrade.
Right.
And I like that better because it's not more like, instead of all these freaking hackers and these kids that know everything about everything, and they steal away from you and you can't enjoy it. But
Little fuck boys.
bastards. But it was cool. They showcased Reyes in the game. Darth Maul's so cool in the game. Like, he just rips everything apart. Little Han Solo actions was in there. And they're going to have, I pre-ordered already. If you go on PlayStation or Xbox, whatever the fuck you're playing, you can pre-order now. And you get all the Last Jedi characters. So, like Luke and like all them and their skins and all that bull crap.
Oh, I'm going to fucking hop on Origin tonight and pre-order it.
Hey, you should. It's definitely worth it, I thought.
So watch out, guys, because this fucking guy is coming back. I know you guys have missed me in the Battlefront fucking multiplayer games, but this fucking guy will return on Origin.
Fall 2017. But, that was definitely one of the highlights for the EA conference. Of all the conferences, I feel like they had the strongest conference. I was talking shit the whole weekend. Like, don't forget Sony's going to be coming out soon. They got some exclusives. The Sony fucking press conference was fucking garbage. It wasn't garbage, but it was it's a strong word. It was not that great because there was like, you had all these exclusives. You had like, Last of Us 2, unfortunately. Yeah, I wish Finch was here because he would be fucking yelling about that right now. I'm sure he's pissed off about it. All we had that was
he's screaming fucking a potato right now, listening to this and being like, "Oh, you sons of bitches! Ah, Last of Us!"
Call him in. Yeah, I gotta figure out how to Skype call on this so we can like have phone calls during the show.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, nothing, no gameplay, no trailers, nothing. And I felt like I think the only thing they came out with is they talked about Uncharted. The Lost Legacy, I think it's kind of a DLC pack off the last Uncharted game, which is definitely looks cool. A lot of gameplay for it. There's a new Dragon Ball game. I don't know if you ever played the old Dragon Ball games. It's kind of like a Mortal Kombat style, and like that one, that looked decent. And I think the big one they came out with was I'm sorry, the Dragon Ball thing was from Microsoft. Go back. They came. Okay, here we go. God of War. The God of War looks great. It's kind of like they're redoing the story basically. It's like he's old. It's like old man Logan. He's old. He has a fucking beard. I can cosplay as him now. It's awesome.
Really?
But yeah, he's like
making our costumes for November.
I already have like 5 ideas. I have 5 freaking ideas. You guys ever played Shadow of the Colossus? I feel like you have.
No, I mean, it sounds familiar.
Someone talked about Shadow. I think maybe Finch did. Damn it, Finch.
Finch.
They're remaking that game.
We need you back.
They're remaking that. And what else are they doing? Marvel vs. Capcom. I have a whole new Capcom Marvel game. Demos out on PS4 and Xbox and all that. Play it now, and it's a decent game. I'm not a big Capcom person. Capcom. It's just not exciting to me. It's like I'm more like I like my Injustice. I like Mortal Kombat. I like those fighting games. This one is kind of like it's too fast paced and it's all these colors and Japanese animations and it's like my God, I feel like I'm tripping balls the whole time.
Yeah, that's one of the issues. I mean, I'm not a big fighting game fan anyway.
Yeah.
Like I like the old Mortal Kombat. I like Street Fighter.
We played Soul Calibur.
No, we haven't. You keep confusing me with someone else on that one. No, we have never played Soul Calibur.
That was your other boy toy playing Soul Calibur with, motherfucker.
I love Soul Calibur.
I'm just not a big fan of the franchise or the style of games. I'd rather play a fucking shitty 8-bit platformer. That's just my humble opinion, but
there's not much to it. It's like I like Injustice too because it's more like you're fighting and all that crap, but like there's like it's like a level system in there. You can customize your characters and all that. That makes it more exciting. But if you're just fighting over and over again, it's like okay, this is boring now. Why did I pay $60 for this?
Exactly, it gets really boring really fast. And back in the day when like it was Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter and that was it. It was like it got really boring because there was no DLC. There was no like you had to wait for Street Fighter 2 Turbo, to come out to get new shit, and then you had to pay $60 all over again. But now it might be different. I don't know. I'm not into it.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm warped.
It's ridiculous. And Spider-Man, I showed you guys that game.
Oh yeah,
it looks
amazing.
Amazing Spider-Man. No, but it's yeah, that's the game I've been. It's a PS4 exclusive, unfortunately, but it's just
PS3.
Yeah. Well, eventually you'll upgrade, but it's really like I think it's gonna be one of the best Spider-Man games out because to me, I think I mentioned before, Spider-Man 2, based off the movie, that was the first Spider-Man to come out where it was like free roam. Free roam around Manhattan, doesn't fucking care. I don't have to fucking do a mission. I can just hang out. And this game's going to have that aspect. And it's kind of like an Arkham Asylum kind of fighting style to it. But I think it's going to be a really strong game. And it's going to sell well. I think it's great. It's a really great exclusive. It made up for losing, having Last of Us. There's another game called Days Gone, which was kind of like a Last of Us, like zombie game, where like in the middle of the woods, and it's a lot like Last of Us. I thought it was Last of Us, but it wasn't. But the Spider-Man definitely won it for me because like I was just sitting there, I'm like, man, it's like just not a strong conference. The people that were talking sound like fucking morons the whole time. Yeah, like, there's no excitement to it. It was kind of like,
this game is good.
It's
you
like
should totally play.
They talked for 5 minutes. They just showed trailers, and like nobody really talked. It was kind of like, here's another trailer. Okay, well, guys, we're just gonna go now. All right.
There's some cheese and crackers in the next room. Help yourself.
Let's just leave. Which is fine for the people there because when they're done, that's it. You can go out and play the games that you just saw and hang out and you talk to people, talk to developers. Us, it's like, I'm just sitting there like, I stayed up till fucking 11 o'clock to watch this because a late fucking conference. It started at 9 o'clock at night. I'm like, I gotta go to work next morning. So I'm like, I'm going to hang out and watch it. And I was completely disappointed. I couldn't believe it. But going back to talking about fucking remaking games and shit.
Oh, yes.
The fucking Nintendo is doing it too. They're re-releasing fucking Skyrim
for the third time.
Fourth time, I think. Hold on.
Are you gonna count ESO? Skyrim should not be an MMO.
I think. Well, no. Yeah, you're right. I guess 3 times. It's just Skyrim itself, where it's like they're re-releasing it again, for the Nintendo Switch and PlayStation VR.
Well, that's fantastic.
For a diehard Skyrim fan. Which
Yeah.
I know Crystal is.
Yeah,
but
sure.
I am the most hardcore Skyrim fan.
Hardcore.
Shut up.
Skyrim fan.
No, because I'm getting passionate now. I'm not paying attention to my accent.
Ever.
Okay.
Forever.
Well, let me know, Crystal.
Wicked
So
big.
do you think it's necessary for them to release this game again? And if you had these systems, would you pay the $60 again, or would you say
if I didn't have vertigo and I could actually play VR? So the only good thing I could see it coming to VR or anything like that is it's a very interactive game where you do have to look around, you do have to move around to see what's going on.
Right.
There's
of course.
fucking dragons coming out of the sky if you're in the soul care, and there's all shit coming at you in all different directions. If you're just in the forest, you're just walking and there's a giant frostbite spider.
Yeah. What about that giant off in the distance? You want to keep an eye on him.
See him. He's a fucking giant.
You just want to make sure he's not thinking you're coming to his party because you're not invited, and you know that.
Well, as long as you leave his mammoths alone, you're fine. Skyrim came out in 2011. It is now 2017.
That's 6 years.
We've had a new Fallout.
Mm-hmm.
They've remastered the game, had all the mods, done an ESO where you could play Elder Scrolls Online.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the next chapter of the Elder Scrolls?
Where's part 6?
Skyrim as like their
The
baby.
final. Yeah. They're treating it like we're not getting another one anytime soon. And, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the
Arena,
rest of the franchise. But it's like...
Played Oblivion, played Skyrim. Give me something else. Why don't they have something Black Mosh, Elsewhere, Tamriel? There's so many aspects to explore of the Elder Scrolls. It's not just Skyrim.
And if they're going to remake any of them and re-release any of them, why not do Morrowind or Oblivion instead of Skyrim again?
Or even Arena. Have you ever played Arena?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
I haven't. But it's like
so it's cute. It's old school.
But it's like, all right, we're bringing it to a new console. But it's like, dude, if you haven't fucking played Skyrim by now, what is wrong with you? You don't deserve to play it. It's been out since 2011 on every fucking other console. In multiple fucking forms. Why do you want to play that again on a new console?
I would love to see Morrowind remastered.
That's what I'm saying.
I went to go look back and play my Oblivion Gamer of the Year, and I went to go do like a mission on the Shivering Isles.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is so different. The graphics, like the fighting style,
Yeah.
the lock picking. I totally forgot about it because I've been playing Skyrim for so much. Why don't they remaster something like that then? If they're
That's
gonna
what I'm
actually go
saying.
back and remaster it.
If they're going to do
However,
it, give it the same treatment.
I want Elder Scrolls 6.
Who doesn't?
I want the next one. I want to move on with my life. I love Skyrim. I will still play Skyrim. I love Oblivion. I'll still play Oblivion. I love Morrowind, Arena. I love them all. But I want to move on with the next chapter of my life. And I feel like you are keeping me here, and you are holding me here, and torturing me with the tease that is going to continue going on. Why are you looking at me like that? I am shaking. I am getting very upset because I fucking love my Skyrim guy. You don't even know I love my RPGs. This is why I can't play World of Warcraft. If I played World of Warcraft, I would not exist. I played Oblivion for 27 hours straight one time with only bathroom breaks. I had my food with me. And I'm kind of proud of that, but I'm kind of ashamed. I'm foaming at the mouth spit bubbles because of how upset I'm getting.
I'm gonna get her a napkin.
I need a sleep.
There you go.
Is this wet? Why is it
Yes.
damp?
Because it was holding my coffee.
I should have got a coffee. No, I shouldn't have, because then I would have been more pumped and more margarita. Were you going to say something? I'm sorry. I was getting into a power speech.
I'll say before you get into a power speech, in Bethesda's defense, I understand that's one of it's their best-selling game. I understand that, but it just shows that they want more fucking money out of it. And and like the thing with Nintendo, I don't mind the whole Nintendo Switch thing because there are people who they're dedicated. I'm dedicated to PlayStation. Some guys are dedicated to Xbox. Some guys are PC guys. Nintendo, never had a Skyrim on there. You know what I mean? No. And people enjoy. They have their fucking Zelda games and all that. It's great.
And that's great, but most of their games are kiddie games.
Yeah, so it's
mostly catered to children. Which
so
sucks,
but it's nice to see it. Like it's Switch is a portable gaming system. You can play Skyrim on and go. I think that's it's a cool concept, but I definitely think it wasn't needed. I think you definitely need to they have to move on some way because like the whole Bethesda thing was like I didn't watch. I watched highlights of it, and that's all they talked about was Skyrim, and like I forgot what else, a couple other games, but like stuff I didn't really care about. And like I knew that was gonna happen. I knew all they were gonna talk about was Skyrim, more Skyrim, more Skyrim, more Skyrim, and they're just running out of ideas. I don't know how long that company's gonna last on that game. You have to come. I'm sure they're gonna. I'm sure they're gonna come out with something cool soon, but like I think, but they want them.
Before that, and then Fallout was what was the previous Fallout release? 2012.
We talking about Vegas or
New Vegas was I think about 20. God, it was.
And then they released Fallout
4. Fallout 4 was last year, but
Yeah,
I think New Vegas was before Skyrim. Yeah.
No, I think it came out after.
Really? Because it looked like shit.
Oblivion. And everyone's all like, oh, Fallout is the same as...
Vegas came out in 2000. 2010.
Yeah, because it was before
came out in
Skyrim.
2011.
Exactly, because it looked like shit by comparison. Hardcore looked like shit. But another thing I want to point out to you guys is Metal Gear Solid. Remember back in the PS2 days and the GameCube days, and Metal Gear Solid came out on GameCube, and they called it Metal Gear, the Twin Snakes. And what did we get from that, though, in the long run? We got
a couple better graphics, I guess.
Yeah, it was okay looking, but what happened? Super Smash Brothers included Solid Snake in their next game, so you might have the Dragonborn in the next Smash Brothers, Crystal. So look forward to that.
Oh, so that's part of what they're doing.
Now my eyes starting to twitching and I'm not.
That's part of what they're doing. This marketing, man.
Exactly. They're sneaking it in however they can. They're getting everybody.
I forgot Snake was in Smash Brothers.
You're welcome.
I remember that because I remember I used to play some. I was like, this is weird. Super Mario and fucking Snake going at it. Yeah, that's an extremely good fucking point.
That's what I'm here for. I'll be here all night.
Mr. Point Man.
What, again?
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I think that just Eventually they'll get rid of it. But people are diehard, man. You're still playing every day. You're still on PS3 playing it. So that's something to say. It's a good game. I'm not knocking the game. That's why people play it. That's why people play it, is because they're not playing it as a regular game anymore. They're just playing it to mod it.
Yeah. Well, that's why I still play it. Well, you're the weird one here. Because when I play it, I have fucking lightsabers, and I have a fucking Iron Man suit, and I can fly on a fucking dinosaur. And when I get into fights in the game, fucking Danger Zone by fucking Kenny Loggins comes on instead of the dramatic music.
I am the danger zone.
Exactly. But I mean, that's why I play it now, so I can have all this weird fucked up shit happen.
I'm not the Dover kid. I'm the Dover cool.
The Dover cool.
I mean, that's how people are. Like, it's like Gary. I don't know if you guys ever played Gary's mod.
Oh yeah.
Like that. It's like, why do people play it? It's just because they just want to fuck around and like mod stuff.
It's chaos. I love it.
And like, that's great. But for that, play Gary's mod.
Exactly.
And like, stop releasing the fucking same game over again. I was so pissed off.
Full price.
At full price. I feel like a fucking moron for paying full price. I mean.
Which time? The first, second, or the third?
Finally came out with the DLCs for Legendary.
Which we should have got for free because it took so long. They delayed it for like, I think the first one was Dragonborn that came out, or was it?
No,
Dawnguard was first.
Dawnguard,
then
and then
Hearthfire, whatever the fuck it's called, which was like a half a fucking DLC. They shouldn't have even charged money for that. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and like
they
it
didn't
took
even
so
give you any
long.
missions or anything.
And I can't have a library because I chose a kitchen. What the fuck is that? I should be able
kind
to
of
go
bullshit
back
is that?
and change it.
Exactly.
I just wanted it so my children would stop.
I mean, you could buy-
I my children anyway.
You can't make
I
two
just wanted
houses.
them so I could get like extra charity points, and I felt bad because the girl gave me a flower and told me her parents were dead.
Well, I mean,
And then my husband, he was a dreamboat. Fucking forgot his name again. What's my husband's name?
Farkas? Oh no, Alicia.
Farkas.
Alicia has Farkas as her
They were
husband.
both like the big strong boys. I don't care. I could beat the shit out of my husband. I don't care. He's in the white file. Plagueis. No, he's not.
Plagueis. Damn, what game are you playing? Is that a mod in
Plagueis
Skyrim?
the Wise.
My husband. I don't even remember my husband's name in my virtual reality RPG.
Well, that's very telling.
I think Ayla's my wife. Thanks.
Of course. I was thinking about actually being here for Comic Con. I have like the thick
Ooh.
legs, so I could be here.
I'm still single in Skyrim, and I had a kid, but I think they died or something. I don't know, but I'm always single in Skyrim.
You can't kill your children unless they're killed by like bandits.
Well, he either died or he just like ran away or something, but the kid is nowhere to be found. So I'm just calling him a AWOL at this
Every
point.
time I come home, I've had crazy ass missions. I'm doing like stupid drums for people and finding flutes and fighting vampires and shit. And I'm exhausted. As soon as I come home, my son roars like, "Mommy, let's play fucking tag." Go fuck yourself. Mommy's going to bed.
Is he wearing clothes at least now?
No, he's still naked. I don't know why.
He's naked?
Yeah, I got him a whole bunch of clothes, but I stole them and I gave them to him, so it doesn't show up as he's wearing anything. He wears like a little diaper toga thing and he just runs around the house with his mandals.
It's a little Skyrim nudist colony.
Yeah, and I have a boy bod that like serenades him. He's all like, "There wasn't no another red." And he just stands there, and he stands on top of a chair and looks at my naked son, and it makes me feel very uncomfortable. And then my husband doesn't do shit, but then again, I don't remember my husband's name, so.
That's why he doesn't do shit.
Yeah.
I'm sick and tired.
He makes me food and he gives me money. I get homemade cooked meal, which is an apple pie.
Ah. So you living the life. How
I
come?
am living the life.
Living the Skyrim life,
I
man.
am, but I do want the new chapter of Elder Scrolls. Just saying.
Me too, but I really don't want to have to buy a console. So please, if when they do inevitably make it in, the next 10 years, let's put it on PC too, because
I'm sure it's gonna be. It'll probably be on PC first, if anything.
I hope. I hope so I can go na 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 na. I am playing Elder Scrolls.
Until I fucking break into your house and play when you're sleeping.
Motherfucker, just come over and play it. You don't have to break in.
But my stealth, my sneak skill is like 100.
You realize I got traps in here too, right?
I actually looked around.
Yeah. There's tripwire and shit. There's metal grates that are gonna come in with spikes and. Yeah, and that's talking Skyrim. That's not even talking real life.
No, in Skyrim, Alright, we need to.
Alright.
But yeah, man, that's fucking Skyrim. If you guys like Skyrim, fine, play it again. Pay $60 to see it again.
Best friends.
Yeah, fucking.
Yeah.
But
I mean, if that's your kind of thing, if you want to, waste money again, then go ahead.
I mean, that's how people are with like anything nowadays. Phones. A new iPhone comes out every fucking week, and people are going to pay the fucking full price to get the new phone because the latest thing.
Well, that's true. That's a very good point. And that's stupid in and of itself, don't get me wrong, and you're all fucking Neanderthals for that. But at the same time, come on, guys, we're gamers. We should be a little bit smarter than that.
That was the other thing on E3 I want to mention, is they're coming out with all these new consoles like the Xbox like Plus or like Xbox One S, I think. So it's a stronger Xbox, better graphics, and same thing with the PlayStation. They have a new PlayStation coming out too. So it's like it's
so much new shit.
But it just shows that like I just got my PS4 like
2 years ago.
Yeah.
You got a Battlefront release.
Yeah, when I got the oh yeah, but yeah, I got the Vader PlayStation, got that in release, and I'm still happy with it. And now it's like, and you tell me there's a better one out now, and like I have to buy that one now.
Yeah,
it's like, are you serious? And like it's gonna be like phones soon, where like a new console is gonna come out every year, and people are gonna just like, always be behind again because I can't afford that much. I use my tax returns on that PlayStation. You know what I mean?
Seriously.
And
it's
like,
gonna show my age a little bit, but I mean, I remember back in the day when fucking Super Nintendo came out. There was one version of it, and it came with Super Mario World. That was it. That was all we got.
My Halo Xbox.
Halo Xbox.
You never? Oh my god, it was such a pretty.
oh,
shady
the
green.
360 one, because I had the same one. I remember I sold it.
First came out.
God, Xbox 360 is the reason why I gave up console gaming forever.
Mine finally, I had the red ring 3 times.
Same, 3 times, and then I'm like, all right, you know what?
All the times I fixed it, I did the penny trick. We put the penny on the sensor.
Yeah.
I took it apart, cleaned it with my toothbrush and
Yeah.
everything. And then the last time it was like too much, so then we just threw it from the second floor.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Kit threw it from my window.
I'm
We
pretty
got so
sure.
pissed off.
I'm pretty sure I sold mine to a guy on Craigslist and told him it was fun. Fairly certain that's how it went down.
I sold mine to GameStop.
You're welcome.
Yeah, because I do miss Xbox a little bit, but like to me, PlayStation was always better. Just system wise, I mean, I'm sure I haven't heard any complaints about the Xbox One red rings or anything, but that just kind of made me tired of that and like just the whole. I don't know. PlayStation has better exclusives to me. What's that?
It's been almost an hour.
Yeah, it's been almost an hour. You guys aren't tired of talking yet, are you? No, we're almost wrapping up anyways.
What the fuck is wrong? What is that supposed to mean?
No,
It's
I
been
didn't
almost
know.
an
I
hour.
just looked down
What, since
and
we've
I
been
was like-
talking about Skyrim?
No, I'm just like in general. I just looked down. I was like, look at the time.
I mean, the whole episode could have been about Skyrim.
Wow. Holy crap. Yeah,
But,
I didn't
yeah.
realize. My bad, guys.
Yeah,
No,
well,
I was just like, whoa. Time flies when you're talking to a mic, but I have a mic for it, so I keep looking down.
Mike fight.
Looking down.
But yeah, but we covered a lot of stuff. But I think we'll close it out. We'll close it out with one more thing. It's obviously been over a week already, but we lost somebody pretty great in fucking comic book and superhero world, Sir Adam West, and I couldn't believe that. He was 88. He was a fucking genius. He was my Batman. I mean, when I was growing up, Keaton was like the Batman I remember and I loved. But my mom used to watch the old show, like TV Land or whatever, and I used to watch it all the time. I was so intrigued by it, and I thought it was the coolest fucking show.
Same, dude.
And like growing up now, it's like you watch it now, it's the goofiest thing. I watched the movie. It's on Netflix. I watched it like 50 times.
Oh, I love that movie.
I love that movie.
The bat shark repellent from my utility belt. It's great. It's fantastic. And not to mention, like, remember Scooby-Doo and Batman?
Yeah.
Mysteries and shit, the cartoons. I got that for my nephew, man. I fucking love that shit. That was so good. Oh, who doesn't love Scooby-Doo? Oh, Shaggy.
That's it's so old and dated, but I think I'm still gonna show my kids those shows. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna have I'm sure the DVDs are out there somewhere. Yeah, like let them figure out like hey, this was Batman back in the day.
Yeah,
he wasn't always the fucking Dark Knight. He was light at one point. He was like goofy, and And he really learned stuff. Like as a kid, you know, he was always like, there's like, they'd be driving around a Batmobile, and Robin's like, "Go faster, Batman." It's like, "Robin, you know, we cannot speed. It's 25 speed limit here.
Yeah.
Always be a good driver." I remember in the movie when he goes with Miss Kitka to the club, and it's like, "Alfred, do you have a driver's license?" "Yes, sir. Right in my wallet." "Good man, drive safe." You know, he always was so caring and whatever. You know what I mean?
Wholesome. Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb. I get it, man. Totally.
Little baby ducks just want to kill the duckies, and he doesn't want to hurt the nuns or whatever.
Yeah, and Robin gives him shit about it. And he's like, "No, they're people too, you know, Robin. Just because they're the dregs of society and they're drunk doesn't mean I get to throw a bomb at them." Or some nonsense like that. But yeah, I mean, you know, it was wholesome. And it's crazy how much Gotham looked like San Francisco back in the 60s. I mean, it changed a lot in 40 years, you know?
And something I recommend, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but they just came out. It was in theaters, like, I think towards the end of last summer or something. He did one last Batman role. They did the cartoon. It was, and like I talked about it in one episode.
Yeah, you did. I forgot the name of it because I was gonna watch it. And
Return of the Cape Crusaders, I think.
Yes,
and it was really kind of like the movie where it was like, you know, Joker, Penguin, and the Catwoman to come back, and like they had the, you know, foil their plan and trying to take over the world. They're in space and stuff, and it's just the goofiest thing. And like Batman turns evil. It's a really funny thing, and like, you know, it brought back the old school kind of feel to it, where like, you know, hitting everything, the wham and the bam come out, and it just came out recently, so like probably at the end of last year.
Oh yeah, I got an 89% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's
hot diggity damn, that's pretty good.
People loved it. I loved it. I rented it not too long ago, and like I had the, like Alicia's like, "What are you watching?" Like, this is real Batman. Sit down and watch this. This is fun. Because Bill Ward came back and he did Robin.
Oh yeah.
So, and I forgot one of the Catwomen came back. Not the first one, but the second one.
Oh,
I think she did the voice for the new Catwoman.
Cool.
And also another thing, I'll show you guys after the show. There's a show on NBC called Powerless. That's kind of like, it's in the vein of like The Office and like.
She was one of them. There were three.
One of them, yeah. I think
Lee Merriweather, Julie Newmar.
I think Julie Newmar was the one who came back. Was it? No, it's somewhere in there. It was one because you could tell it's her because she sounds old, and you know, it's like perfect. You know.
Yeah.
Hairball, sorry. You owe me a soda. What was I gonna say? But yeah, there's a show called Powerless on NBC. And it's a really corny show. It's very millennial. It's very cheesy, but it's like about the DC universe and being a civilian in the world of like the Justice League. So these, the guy who played K2SO is in it.
Oh yeah.
I forgot the actor's name, and like he's in it, and like a bunch of other like some guys from like Community and like other like sitcoms like that, and they work at Wayne Enterprises. And it's kind of like Google almost. It's like very cheery and chippy and stuff. And like the episode opens, one of the girls, she bought like an apartment, and she's trying to show the apartment to her friends, and some aliens come down and blast it. And like, well, there goes my rent check and all that crap and my fucking deposit.
Wow. They got a laugh track going in the back too.
They might as well have had, but it was. They kill him.
Laugh tracks. I hate that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so bad, but yeah, like the show it's funny, but it's not that funny. But like, so they work Wayne Enterprises, and the guy who plays K2, I can't think of the actor's name. My computer's off. I don't know.
K2.
We're going to call him K2.
That's his name.
So K2 is like one of the heads of Wayne Enterprise. Not the head, but he's like one of the. He's like a manager. He's like he wants to get the promotion to like work on the big offices.
So he's the left shoulder.
So they get a call that someone from Wayne Enterprises, like the big dogs, are coming down to talk to them about something, and it's Adam West.
Oh.
And so he plays Mr. He's like it's Mr. West. He's called Mr. West, and he comes in. He works for Bruce Wayne, and he comes down to tell them that they make some cuts in the office and stuff. And so he's just hilarious in it. Like there's one scene where one of the girls is wearing a cat sweater, and she's like, "Nice to meet you, Catwoman." You know, and it's like it's a fun. I'll show you guys the episode later, but like
Cute. I like
it was the last big hurrah for Adam West because it didn't air yet. So they ended up putting it on YouTube and whatnot for people to watch because obviously he passed away. But it brought a tear to my eye, man, like just watching that because, I missed the fuck out of him, dude, because I was hoping to meet him one day at one of the Comic-Cons. I think I told you guys a friend of mine met him, and I envy him for that. Like, I was like, I would love to meet him. He's my favorite Batman. Even besides Batman, he did a lot of great, like, he after the Batman thing, he kind of went down and nobody really cared about him.
Yeah, he was typecast and nobody wanted to do anything with him.
And then he started people were like, no, like that's Adam West.
You can't disrespect him like that. He's Batman.
Seriously. And so he came back. He started doing more, obviously Family Guy. He's huge.
What are you going to be doing now? I haven't seen it recently.
Well, the last episode, I know they did I didn't watch it, but they did a episode where it was the last episode he did, and they played that episode. And they played a new episode. They put like a dedication to Adam West. So I don't know if they because I know Seth MacFarlane was really distraught about it because I was like he was really close to Adam. He worked with him every day.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure what they're gonna do with that. But he did that show. He did Fairly Odd Parents for a while. Played himself. He was in The Simpsons. I remember him being an episode of The Simpsons. And he was everywhere. And he was always he loved being contemporary. He always made sure he wanted to be like hip. He wanted to be new. So he was such a fucking humor he had. Like you watch.
His way of speaking.
Yeah, like oh my God, this is like great. Because people always like say like oh like, he's a fucking terrible actor. He was the worst Batman. But that was the character he played though. It was a comedic show.
Exactly.
He's just being funny.
And that was what the '60s were all about. You watch TV from back then. That's kind of what it was like. I mean, it wasn't as over the top, but that's why it worked so well for Batman. Was because it was so over the top. They had to make it more like ridiculous than anything else in the '60s to make it work. I think personally.
Oh yeah, it's totally cheese ball, but it's good cheese, man. I like the taste of that cheese.
Look at Space Ghost. He was on Space Ghost Coast to Coast. You guys remember that?
Oh,
the episode with Bat Mantis, and he was a guest star, and the other Catwoman that I can't remember her name was a guest star on it. And he was like, it was ridiculous. It was awesome. It was fucking great. I missed that. I'm going to go home and watch that.
There we go. Now we're going to watch that now. Adam West Marathon. I've been trying to have a because I watched the movie, I watched the cartoon, and I watched that show, like Powerless, with him, and I've been watching Adam West stuff all week, and it's sad stuff, man. We're going to miss him dearly. Sick, man. It's like every episode we're talking about someone dying. We talked about Roger Moore last time.
Oh, I know.
Adam West is gone now. It's like, stop taking people. God
Seriously.
damn it.
Come on, Grim Reaper. Come get me. Leave my friends out of this.
Well, hopefully we can hang out with him in the afterlife. I'll have to meet Adam West in the afterlife.
Oh, yeah. We're going to do the bat dance, too.
The bat.
I can't do his voice at all.
I was trying to do his voice. He's kind of like more like, he always sounded like very like scared and like distraught. Evil doer.
Robin! And me!
I can't. I'm trying to think about it now.
I was watching the episode of where the Bat 2C was actually in when he's dancing, and he's at the bar. It's so goofy because he walks in, he's in full costume. Everyone's looking at him like, "Oh my God, it's Batman!" And it's like, "Batman, can I get a tab?" It's like, "No, I'll just hang out at a bar." And he goes to the bar and he orders a tall glass of orange juice at the bar. And he's talking to some woman who like ends up like getting him kidnapped and like gassed and whatnot. Well, the orange juice had like it's like Batman special, and so when he starts dancing and whatnot, it's like, "You intrigue me, strange woman. Let's go." And he walks away. I think, but speaking of the cartoon, I don't know if they're going to release it now, if they've even finished it. They're doing another cartoon that's going to be the sequel of Cape Crusader with Two-Face voiced by Shatner.
Shatner even. All right, because that was another reference I was going to make was 60s ridiculous TV shows, original series, guys.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I wonder if awesome. So I don't know if that's still going to happen.
I would hope so. I'd love to see that.
I assume they must have finished because they have. If you look it up online, they have all the artwork out already and stuff. And like Adam West was being interviewed like not even a month ago about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it might still happen. It'd be a nice little like nod to like this at least release something. Just to kind of remember him by.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it'd be great to see Shatner as Two-Face.
I am going to get you, Batman. And my other half is too.
I will flip the coin.
You're doing me anticipation.
Well, that's his voice though. It's like it was. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Heads, you live. Tails, you die.
Or maybe you get slightly injured. I don't know.
You guys keep doing everything.
There's something on the plane. Something. I'm sorry. What were you saying? No.
You guys are giving me anxiety. I'm just watching you guys because you guys do. And after you guys say whatever, you guys trail your hands so slow. So I'm waiting for you guys to go. Oh, again.
Imagine at a McDonald's. I would like a. No, wait. Chicken nugget. No. Never mind. I'll go somewhere else.
I'll get a 10-piece at Burger King because it's only $1 and
Your veins are popping.
49 cents. Farewell. Actually, you know what? Let me get a 10-piece. Thanks.
Yeah. You guys have the DVD collection or something? Because like they have all the next generation stuff on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
Which is like cool, but I like.
You have a problem with internet.
What? You don't have internet? Ugh.
She's internet impaired.
I don't have internet. I don't have cable. Nothing. I just come home and play video games, read, or watch.
I don't even. Cable is so like I. The only thing I have cable for is like Walking Dead, and like when it comes out, or like with any other show. But like everything is so. I can get everything on my PlayStation. You know what I mean?
History Channel, Discovery Channel, the Sci-Fi Network, and Cartoon Network.
Yeah, but like you have like, but if you get like Hulu or HBO Go, Netflix, it's like it's all there. You know what I mean? I can watch almost. It's all. Sounds like Nicolas Cage. It's all there.
It's all there.
A B C D. What movie is that? That's like the fucking. You ever seen that? What was that Beehive? That Bee movie with him in it? It was like. What was that movie? It was like it's always been a meme. Like they torture people with the beehive.
Oh yeah, Wicker Man.
Wicker Man,
which was a great movie until they made another one with him in it. But the Christopher Lee version was great. With him in it.
And then that last part, like,
I can't stop talking like Shatner.
All I remember from that movie is I think it was towards the end where it's like, "You bitches, it's all for honey." I'm like. I want to say that when I die. That was my last words. You bitches! It's all for honey!
Get that on your fucking tombstone.
Flatline. You bitches, it's all for honey.
I just wanted to be like, I buried the treasure, and then just die.
I buried the treasure. Yeah. Nicolas Cage, man. I haven't seen him in anything in a while. He's the guy who like does everything. What's the last movie he did? I don't even know.
I don't want to know.
He's
God,
like,
Nicolas Cage? Are you kidding?
You bitch. Anyways,
the best thing he ever did was Face Off, because it was such a insane thing. It was perfect for him.
Oh yeah, fucking him.
You know.
My mom loved this movie that he was in, and he barely talked during it. It was such a good movie for him.
Oh, it sounds like a great movie too. I love it already.
Oh my God.
The old movie?
She kept crying during it. City of Angels.
City of Angels.
Oh yeah, where he was an angel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a weird role to cast him in.
Did you see the match?
To cast him in. Yeah, what was it? Iris, Goo Goo Dolls was from that movie, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I thought that was the Sarah McLachlan song. That makes you cry with all the pets commercial.
Oh, here we are.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't from that movie. Oh, that was from the one that John Travolta did. I have no idea. I'm confused.
I'm feeling a little confused right now. I'm going to excuse myself and return to my quarters. Spock, you have the con.
I think you need some lemonade. It's like we should do a whole podcast of this, like William Shatner and Nicolas Cage talking to each other.
We could do that.
That'd be fucking great.
Next week.
It's like, say, would you like to go and get some pizza?
Have you ever seen?
Yes, I think we con.
That was a good one. We just watched Wrath of Khan.
Wrath of Khan's the shit.
Have you ever seen like the compilation videos of Nicolas Cage freakouts?
I've seen a few.
Oh.
I can't think of the movie he did, like the whole alphabet, like in the office. You got to put it in a specific file, like alphabetical A B C D E F G H I J K L. He's freaking out about the alphabet, and like it was the most intense scene ever. He makes everything so intense. Like, he could fucking read a phone book and be like, John Smith, 404 356 9. He's a fucking nutcase, man. Like. I used to watch those fucking god awful National Treasure movies.
Oh God!
And I was like, why can't they remake that movie a little better? It's like, oh my god. But yeah, man, I think we're starting to lose steam here, man. Fucking Shatner's fucking killing me here. I'm like losing breath, and Nicolas Cage is killing me. Any last thoughts from you guys?
Any last what?
Thoughts, words, anything you want to promote? I don't know. You got a random
Star Wars tidbit trivia for you guys. 'Cause I had it before and I never did.
Let's end with trivia. We'll do that. We'll try to do it more organized this time.
It's not like trivia. This is just more like random facts.
Random facts.
Random Star Wars facts.
Random Star Wars.
State it in the form of a question, perhaps.
Did you know?
Oh, there we go.
That's a question.
You can use Star Wars collectible coins as real money.
Where?
Collectible coins?
Mm-hmm.
Like...
They have collectible
There's
coins?
a tiny island in the South Pacific. It's like Nai. They accept limited edition Star Wars collectible coins as legal tender.
Really?
Yeah. So, if you need to plan a big...
If you...
Find yourself on the wing of a plane, heading in that general direction.
Bring your Star Wars coins. Must bring my Star Wars coins, I must.
You guys were talking about Chewbacca earlier. Do you know what his voice is?
Yeah, it's a bear.
No, not always.
Not always, but sometimes.
It's a mix of bears, walruses, lions, and badgers.
Where's the tiger?
Man, that sounds depressing now every time I hear it.
Right?
Yeah, every time you do that.
This is a Chewy doll I'm squeezing, by the way, so you guys know. That's
We're
depressing.
not actually
That's
killing
bears,
tigers. Or
walruses, lions, and badgers dying.
yeah, we're not killing any of them here, guys. Don't worry.
I have good news about other animal sounds. The TIE Fighter.
Mm-hmm.
That is the sound when you combine an elephant bellow and the sound of a car driving on wet pavement.
Really?
Well, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
I saw a YouTube video somewhere of like a dog, and he was like howling, but it sounded like a TIE fighter.
Really?
Like so they put a scene of like a TIE fighter flying by and a dog going. I don't know. I can't do a TIE fighter song, but like it sounded just like a TIE fighter. It was like I was dying. Like I wish Bo made that noise.
That's cool.
That's fucking sweet.
But yeah, I didn't know there was like a bunch of like I just thought they were just like the whole Chewy thing. I just thought it was just like fucking like you see.
Moving the chair back and forth.
This one doesn't do it.
Was it this one?
You gotta grind it.
That doesn't do it.
Nope, you're gonna move my chair. I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna miss the chair. Thanks, buddy.
There it is.
Also, Yoda has no determined species.
I know.
Yep, they
Or-
don't have any.
He's
He is a Yoda. He
Yeah.
a
is.
unicorn.
He is the unicorn of the Star Wars universe. There was another species or another character kind of like him in
There was
Phantom Menace.
It wasn't
briefly.
a female.
Yeah, a
one.
female. What I thought was a female. I couldn't tell. But there's nothing else about him. He's a complete enigma.
So that makes me wonder if they're actually going to do a movie about it and what they're going to do.
Please
Well, they
don't.
were originally going to use a monkey wearing a mask to play Yoda. That's what Lucas wanted at first.
Monkey.
But I feel like
See?
that'd be very creepy. He also
This is
had
why
every
Lucas
other
should not
photo
have
in the
say.
movie.
Yeah. Toes, fingers,
Hey,
personality,
if
hair.
George Lucas didn't have a say, NSYNC would still be in Attack of the Clones.
I'm just saying. This is why people should always have been around to tell George, no, we can't have a monkey wearing a mask playing a major character in a movie, George. You're insane, George.
He's a fucking psycho. Yeah, give us one more little fun fact and we'll close out here.
I have two, and I don't know which one to use.
Do both of them. Fuck it.
All right. Do you know Boba Fett is actually visible in the original movies?
Boba Fett's. Well, yeah, he was
They digitally inserted him.
before he was inserted.
In the original
The original cut.
Correct. So the actor who played Fez is Jeremy Bulloch. He stand in for an Imperial officer at the last minute.
That's right. I forgot about that.
So you could actually see what he actually looks like.
But it wasn't in the armor. It was the
Yeah,
actor.
it was just
As
the
an
actor.
Imperial officer.
Ah.
You can't see his face. And the last one, I have a bad feeling about this. It became a running gag on the franchise and is said in every single Star Wars movie.
And also, it was said in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, which I wish I didn't know that, but I do.
Matt, text me real quick. Send me a random text.
Me?
Yeah.
Send you a random text.
This is Matt's ringtone for when he texts me.
Wait a minute, I need to take a moment to find my friend Mario in my contacts.
Do I have my own text now?
Yeah, I think it's still the Sky.
I got a bad feeling about this.
See, now we have soundboards. What's my text on? I'm going to text you.
Yours is the Skyrim, like when you level up. The little.
Dude, seriously? It's me too for her.
Is it? Are you serious?
Seriously, yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear it. It didn't go off.
It didn't go off yet.
Oh, there it is.
See?
Crystal,
You have the same one for me?
text me.
It used to be.
my God.
I used to have the Fus Roda one, but he just scared the crap out of me in the middle of the night. Like, Fus Roda! I'm like, oh my god.
Hold on, Matt. Ready?
So. Oh, yours is a little more intense. You actually have the swing to it.
Oh, you guys know I love us. Skyrim.
What's my ringtone for you?
Yours is still the doorbell ringing.
I just have the knock, knock, yeah.
And I still have a retarded choo-choo, don't I?
Yeah, you have the charge choo-choo.
Thanks.
Oh, Thomas. No, it's okay. But okay, on that note, guys, I think we've been talking too much for you guys. You guys are probably all fucking falling asleep at your computers or your desktops or your cars. Oh yeah, we're going with Luau tonight. I'm fucking excited, man. Luau, got my Hawaiian shirt behind me. I'm all festive. I'll take a picture. We'll put it on the Friggin Nerds Podcast site.
Yeah, let's
all
do that. That's
Yeah.
a phantasmic idea.
Bit of housekeeping before we go, to so you guys know. We're trying to post every Friday or Saturday, so we've been behind, but don't worry, we're still back here. We're still working. If you guys haven't already, like us on Facebook, YouTube. We're still doing. There's a lot of videos out there of gameplay stuff and reviews that I'm doing. We're on Twitch now. I've been live streaming certain games on certain nights. So there's that too. And am I missing anything? Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and that's it for now. Anything else is on
SoundCloud too, I think.
SoundCloud, duh. Yeah, so you can get SoundCloud. Yeah, so
That's
yeah,
where I listen.
So yeah, you get the podcast and on YouTube and SoundCloud. So there's that too. I'm gonna try to. I've been getting all these ideas. People are like throwing me like, "Oh, you should try this." There's a certain podcast site that can be used too. So eventually, we're gonna like expand on there because SoundCloud's starting to get filled up. And I think every time I add more a certain amount of time on there, like the older episodes vanish.
Yeah, you got to pay money to keep them up there. So guys, tell your friends. Tell your friends about us, please. Spread the word, because that'll get us. Yeah, well.
Don't spread your legs.
Don't spread your legs unless that's something you're really willing to face the consequences for. But if you're going to spread anything, spread the word about Friggin Nerds Media. Please, keep us going.
Birds the word, bird is the word, bird is the word, Okay. All right, guys. That's so.
I'm glad you guys chimed in with me.
Yeah, we had to.
Well, with Friggin Nerds Media, this is Mario. We got Matt, Crystal Pez. We don't.
Adios.
Vince will be back next week. I'm sure of it. We'll talk to him.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking go over there and pull his dick out of that potato myself.
He's still fucking those potatoes. God damn it.
Get your ass out of here, out of there, over here.
But until then, guys, stay friggin' nerdy. Nerds out.